Good morning, guys. I look around the clubhouse here this morning, and the one thing that's missing is the chicken wings and beer. I appreciate that. You guys not having that. It's a sore spot. Being in Omaha and winning was about as good a feeling as you can get. Because, again, you're with the guys, you're never going to probably be as close on other teams as you go forward professionally as you are with the guy in college. They're like family. They're supposed to be like that. So when you finally win and you can say you're the best, pretty good feeling. The very first thing we would do when we go to spring training, and I mean the very first thing in our meeting, well, I'd stand up here like I am kind of right now. Guys would be sitting there like this, and I would tell them, show up on time, respect your teammates, respect your coaches, and respect the way the game's played, and never, ever back down from a challenge. If you can do those things, you're ahead of the game. This is a tough game, man. Look at the top of my head. This game is tough. It'll beat you up a little bit. It's a game of how do you handle frustrations. Because even when you're really good, you're going to get beat up. If you can handle frustrations, you've got a chance to be good. Best compliment I could give a player, not that he's the best player, but that he's the best teammate. I felt like that since I was your age. If you're considered a good teammate, that's what you got it going. Certain guys have more talent than others. That's okay. That's terrific. But if you're considered a good teammate, that's the ultimate compliment. I was managing with the White Sox in AA, and we used to meet in a trailer like 7 in the morning. You can imagine, not too perky at that time. And they made this announcement, yeah, Michael Jordan's going to play for the Birmingham Barons. I'm like, whoa. You talk about life-changing. I mean, when you're in AA in the Southern League, you're just happy to be on radio. All of a sudden, we have Ted Koppel and Hard Copy and Entertainment Tonight. I mean, they're following the bus, and it was unbelievable. This guy was so special, and it shouldn't be a surprise. How do you become that good in a sport if you're not intelligent, coachable, and hardworking? And he did all that in baseball. He just had a really long swing. And I mean long. But he was great. You talk about respectful. We stayed at La Quinta Inns. We bussed everywhere. He was never late for a bus. He stayed at our hotel. He never asked for one thing special. And that showed me a lot. I learned a lot from him. Again, he wasn't the best baseball player in the world, but he was hungry to learn, and he was respectful of the game. And that's what meant a lot to me. He knew the kids in AA, he knew the amount of money they weren't making. They're probably making $550 a month, maybe $700. He knew that, and he understood that, and he respected those guys because they worked so hard. So it was a good experience. He still calls from time to time, and he's one of my all-time favorites. I tell our guys all the time in spring training, the young guys, when you show up to spring training, use some judgment. If you're a first-year kid, get in the training room first. Get there early. Park away from the clubhouse. Don't park in the number 1 spot. But once you get on the field, if a veteran can't keep up with you, maybe it's time to move him out. You're respectful until you get on that field, and then you got a job to do. The one thing that really disturbs me is when somebody tells a young person no. You guys, think about it, not everybody in here is going to be a major league player. Those are just the facts. But there's no reason you can't try to get to the big leagues. And it should be fun, that challenge. But if you also, in the meantime, if you get your degree, nobody can ever tell you no. Think about it. I'm not here to give you a commercial, but, really, it's what a nice thing that if you leave school, okay, you have a chance to play baseball, maybe you're successful. If you're not, you have something to fall back on, and wherever you go is all people are going to do are open doors for you. Guys that play baseball, the confidence that you have from playing this game carries over into other things. You see it all the time. You can tell when an athlete walks in the room, the way they walk, the way they carry themselves, they're confident. You're always going to have an edge on somebody else in the business world. But get your degree. Even if you don't realize right now how important it is, it will be. And so I hope you listen, at least listen to that. It's easy now to say that because I'm older, but I wish somebody would have spent more time and told me that when I was younger. and take whatever you have at hand and use it to your advantage. I mean, that weight room's unbelievable. It's, it should be fun to try to get better. Coach Lopez shouldn't have to drag you out in the field to try to get you better. It's not a real cool thing to say, hey, my coach is good. Everybody, I'm smarter than him. When I was here with Coach Kindle, Coach Stitt, and Coach Wing, I was 18 years old. I knew I was lucky. When they told me something, I did it. And I got better. And we used to work out. They didn't have the hourly things then. I used to miss the dinner at the student union because they'd keep us there all day. But we got better. And I actually enjoyed it because they knew what they were doing. And they know what they're doing here now too. This is a good place to play baseball. It should be one of the best in the country. There's no reason, you're not going to win a national championship every year, but there's no reason you can't have a chance to win a national championship here. This is what Arizona means. And it's been like that for a long time, and it should be like that going forward. I mean, look at this facility. You guys are playing in a pretty cool place. I mean, this same clubhouse right here, it's a little nicer right now. I had spring training in 1988 with the Cleveland Indians because my locker was back by the bathroom because they didn't have a locker for me. And then in 2001, I stood right here and talked to a USA team that I managed that won a silver medal in Taiwan. So there's a lot going on, and a lot of good ball players have come through here. So take advantage of it, enjoy it, and respect it. That's the biggest thing. If you respect this game, you'll be way ahead of the game. You'll enjoy yourselves. Guys, thanks, man. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I love talking. I could stay here and talk all day about the game. Good luck to you guys. Okay. Thanks, Coach.